Oh, what's up? I'm so drunk off the champagne right now, I don't even know how to act. Huh?
What the hell are you doing?
Well, Caruso did it!
Put a freaking shirt on.
Fine. Jeez. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of I Don't Know a Thing. And just to clarify, out the gate, I'm not a Lakers fan. I'm just a Kobe Bryant fan. This jersey. It's a New Jersey. Not that New Jersey. This type of New Jersey. And while I didn't really want the Lakers to win, I guess in some sort of weird way that's overdone on Twitter, this can kind of be for Kobe. So that's where we are. Let's talk about these Lakers, though. LeBron and the Lakers took down the Heat in 6 games. LeBron was incredible again, averaging 30, 12, and 8, while shooting at his best field goal percentage in the finals ever. Anthony Davis has proven to be the perfect pair for LeBron. He was dominant on the boards and he averaged 25 every game. And then they give a quick shout out to J.R. Smith, who did basically nothing the entire series, but was the first one on the court shirtless. Shout out to him. And then also, with 2 days later, was just chilling at a country club in Philadelphia. I love the man. He's my idol. The shirtless trend then continued with the team, with players like Alex Caruso and Rajon Rondo getting some album-worthy picks. Also, Kyle Kuzma, he tried to do the Kobe thing, looked pretty bad, whatever. LeBron James now has his 4th NBA title and his 4th Finals MVP. And of course, that's sparking the GOAT debate again. LeBron or Jordan, who's really number one? This argument's very frustrating with Jordan supporters, because they're kind of like supporters of a certain political candidate who I won't name, and where nothing can really change their mind, and they're most likely old and rooted in their ways. And no matter what you do or what happens, they're going to believe their side. LeBron could play for another 10 years and win 10 straight championships, and Jordan worshippers will still say, he's not the GOAT. For me, it's hard to say who's the GOAT. They play different positions and play the game entirely different. But LeBron's still going, so I'm going to wait till I give my assertion until his career's done, because he doesn't show any signs of stopping, and right now, he's still the best player in the world. Speaking of good players, let's talk about Jimmy Butler. While he might not be in the GOAT conversation, he deserves to be in the elite conversation. This man got scapegoated and run out of 3 different locker rooms saying he was a cancer and bad for the team, and now he brought this young Miami team to a finals against a team they were outmatched with, but they competed hard and show a lot of promise. If only the Sixers had a guy like that. Wait, they did? Speaking of the future, holy crap am I excited for next season. Well, first off, we're in the real season, the off season. But even after that, this next NBA season is going to be insane. We have the Lakers and LeBron, who are poised to win another title. We have who everyone seems to forget about, the Warriors, with Steph and Clay still on the team. They're going to make their comeback season. Luka and the Mavs are the up-and-coming team. Jamal Murray and the Nuggets, the other up-and-coming team. And then in the East, the Bucks still have Giannis. The Heat are young. The Sixers have a new coach, and maybe they'll figure it out. I don't know. The Nets have the two-headed snake of KD and Kyrie. And then there's still Boston, who I hate, but they're really good and have a lot of multi-talented players, and they play so freaking hard. I'm beyond excited for this next NBA season. I feel like for the first time in a while, we have at least 4 teams in each league that has legitimate title chances. I don't know, it just seems like looking back the past decade, every year it was like, well, it's either going to be LeBron or the Warriors, with the exception of a few years here and there. Let's talk about another dominant West Coast basketball team to take home a championship. Talking about the Seattle Storm. 40-year-old Sue Bird took home another title, getting some points helping the team, while the 26-year-old Breanna Stewart took home Finals MVP, breaking a WNBA record by scoring over 20 points in 6 straight Finals games. This young phenom now has a Rookie of the Year, MVP, 2 Finals MVPs, and 2 championships in just her 4-year career. She's got all the hardware. Girl, you so icy, I'm a glacier boy. God, I hated saying that. Damn you, Quavo. That was just weird. The regular season MVP, A'ja Wilson, did her best for the Aces, but they were just outmatched and outplayed this entire series. With Wilson, Stewart, Ionesco, and all the young talent we've seen this year, I'm confident this league's in good hands going forward. Now let's talk some baseball, and boy has it been fun. Let's rewind a little bit to last week and talk about the Yankees and the Rays. The big bad Bronx Bombers came up short again, this time losing to the Rays. And who was responsible for their loss? Of course, Aroldis Chapman. He's blown yet another big save in a big-time game for these Yankees. You got to give a lot of credit to this Rays team, though. They just have a stacked team top to bottom, and Arozarena has been one of the best players in playoffs that I've seen in a long time. In the other series, I got to recap that battle at Cali. While the Dodgers were the better team, that series was full of excitement. There was that insane Bellinger catch, then there was the drama and Machado being a baby. It was a lot of fun, but holy crap, baseball is moving quick. With no travel days in between, it seems like I blink and I've missed like 7 games. So let's talk about where we're at right now. The Rays are up 3-1 on the Astros, looking like the way better team, trying to make their first World Series appearance since 2008, which they lost to, I don't know who they lost to, some random team, I don't know.
The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
The Braves got off to a hot start with the Dodgers, taking the first 2 games, and Clayton Kershaw was having some back issues, so he didn't start game 2. Luckily for the Dodgers, they found their bats, exploded for 1,000,000 runs in game 3, and looking to even the series up with game 4, who Kershaw should be starting if his back issues lighten up. It's looking like the Rays are going to come out of the American League, and it's still a toss-up in the National League. But if you've been paying any attention, you should know what's going on. Let's take a look at the NHL. Who won that? Tampa Bay Lightning. Look at the NBA. Who just won that? The Los Angeles Lakers. So if that trend continues, the World Series has to be between Tampa and LA. Weird trends aside, let's talk some NFL picks. The Broncos are heading down to New England to play the Patriots, and this one's going to be ugly. The Broncos are already down their quarterback, down one of their running backs, and now down their second. Melvin Gordon got arrested for DUI the other night, and they've already been down Philip Lindsay. I mean, this has got to be driving John Elway crazy. Patriots are coming off this game with a lot of rest due to their COVID break, and they should have Cam Newton starting. I don't see the Patriots wasting any time or fooling around with this one. I think it's going to be an easy win. Patriots minus 9.5, that's a lock. Let's talk about Chiefs and Bills. Now, both these teams are coming off losses, their first loss of the season. Now, this is the Chiefs' first loss in like 13 games. While both teams have MVP caliber quarterbacks right now in Mahomes and Josh Allen, I think the Chiefs just have more experiences, and Mahomes doesn't often lose multiple games in a row. This one I think is going to be an offensive shootout, so I'd probably take the over. But I think the Chiefs will come out on top. Chiefs minus 3.5, that's a lock. Let's talk about some upsets. The Browns are heading to the Steel City to take on the Red Hot Steelers, and I think this is going to be a good one. Baker is rolling right now, and like I said last week, confident Baker is the best Baker. He's finally on a team that's got some momentum, and his passing game is coming alive. It took a couple years, but Landry, Beckham, and Kareem Hunt and that entire offense is finally clicking. On the Pittsburgh side of things, while their rush defense and pass rush is amazing, their pass defense over the top isn't that great. On the flip side, the Steelers' offense is looking pretty solid. Big Ben is having one of his best years in recent memory, and they discovered Chase Claypool, who's maybe the best receiver of all time. I don't know what it is with Pittsburgh, but they always draft good receivers, every single time. This is going to be a hard-fought divisional game. Again, probably down to the wire, maybe a field goal, last-second touchdown, but I see the momentum with Baker and the Browns. They haven't beat the Steelers in a while. They're breaking a lot of Browns records recently. I think it's time. Browns plus 3, that's an upset. The bigger of a dog here are the Bengals at the Colts. Now, I was high on the Colts and the Phillip Rivers connection last week, but it's really starting to deteriorate. They're showing some weaknesses, and Rivers is showing how his immobility is really hurting him in the pocket. With the Bengals, Burrow and that team got embarrassed last week. They showed absolutely nothing on offense. The thing about Burrow is he always stays cool, and he's not worried. I see him having a confident, good bounce-back game against a team that may be kind of a fraud, maybe playing pretend. Bengals are heavy underdogs, but the winnings will be worth it. Bengals plus 8, that's an upset. Finally, we got Packers at the Bucks. This is a classic battle. Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers. The most accomplished versus arguably the most talented. Well, maybe before Patrick Mahomes. The past few games, Tom has been showing his age. Meanwhile, Aaron Rodgers is on a revenge tour against his own organization and is just lighting defenses up all throughout the league. And he's not afraid to talk about it either. This will be a fun, exciting game with two quarterbacks who have led numerous fourth quarter drives, and I think it'll come down to whichever guy has the ball in their hands last. I gotta trust what my eyes have been telling me so far this season, and I'm gonna go with Vegas. Packers -1, screw it. Those are my NFL picks, and you can trust me, because I got glasses on. Now let's talk about everyone's favorite disease, random accent syndrome. Nope, coronavirus. While this has been a problem in all of our lives for the past 6 months, we're now seeing it impact the sports world, and the NFL is having a major problem. They've had the Titans, who are a mess, who've had over a dozen cases in the past few weeks. The Patriots have had 2 of their top players get the virus. The Chiefs have had players and personnel. The Falcons, the Raiders. It's there and it's spreading. And now we have the Titans playing the victim, saying they battled adversity and everyone was mad at them when they were just breaking protocol. Yeah, everyone's mad at you. Don't play the victim here. You caused an outbreak in your team. And while it's hard to say how that happened, if all these players got it, they had to break some sort of protocol. And we've already seen this happen in college football too. Plenty of schools have had outbreaks. Now even Nick Saban has it. Nick Saban. Unfortunately, not to be the pessimistic guy, but this shows that there's going to be more cases and more outbreaks and more cancellations to come. And what this shows is just how impressive the NBA, WNBA, and NHL bubbles were. To have 0 cases that entire time, that's really impressive to what those commissioners did in those leagues. Oh, and outside of the sports world, did I mention that the president and half of the White House had or has COVID? All I'm asking, and I can't believe that I or anyone has to say it as we're now in October, just take it seriously. Follow the guidelines. Do the stuff the scientists say, not what your favorite politician might say. And by the way, if your favorite politician says the scientists are liars, you might want to reevaluate who you idolize. Either way, we're seeing this affect the sports world and the political world, and it's definitely affecting your world. So please, to everyone, just do the stupid things that the scientists say, and hopefully we can get over this quicker. I'm tired of people spreading diseases and getting mad at other people for wearing masks or not. It's too much. Just stop. Whew. I've been cooped up for way too long. Well, if you like this video, be sure to go out to your local park and start bird watching. Seems like fun. And then when you're done that, come back here and like this video and subscribe and poke your friends on Facebook and send that Instagram DM. I don't know, man. I just work here.